voices in our heads now have a frequency. America's first competition talk show. You're in the hub.
Bleep. Wait.
The premise of the show is the relationship of father and two sons.
It was originally a Twitter site that was created by a guy named Justin Halpern.
When I was trying to put it on Twitter, they made you fill out all this stuff. What do you want to call it? And I was like, this is my dad said.
So what is it called? What My Dad Says is the name of the program, which I can say in your face because we're on the internet. But apparently, according to several different special interest groups and a couple of religious groups on the religious right and the Parents Television Council, they are very upset with him for making this decision. They want him to call the program "Bleep My Dad Says" because it's coming out with William Shatner starring and a couple other groups. It's coming out in prime time. Do you think this is going too far to put this kind of a title in? Because it's certainly the content itself is pretty family friendly. But this was just to really kind of come out of the gate swinging, I guess. There would be many more things at this point I'd be a whole lot more concerned about on television than the title of a program that goes by this title. Joe, I'm not a parent, so I have to qualify by that. You may have a completely different perspective.
I'm a parent, daughter 12, son 7.
Okay.
This is inappropriate. Do I think this is a federal legislation thing? When do we have to start legislating good taste? That's the sad thing. I probably wouldn't be able to jump on board with a massive protest and all this stuff. I understand that language changes and evolves, and that words that used to be tremendous expletives do become more acceptable in common discourse over time. That said, putting it as the title of the show, it's obviously a challenge. It was designed to tweak these groups. It was designed to stick fingers in the eyes of every traditionally valued parent in America. I'm disappointed. I'm upset, and we won't be watching it.
The elasticity of language, Greg, is this going too far?
Yeah, I agree with Joe here. It is just it's kind of unnecessary because every week when the TV guide comes out, it's going to say, "Hey, guess what? Dad Says is on Tuesday," and it's going to build a culture of shit in this country, and we've got enough of it going on right now.
Deep. You need to shovel
Deep in bullshit here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My dad says, yeah.
You know what? We've got to be better than this. Okay, so let's bring this on into something a little more modest, shall we say? Like terrorists coming across our southern border right now, speaking Spanish, but they're not Mexican. This is an interesting topic here. This recently came out. I did not even know, but apparently there are Somali terrorist organizations sending Somalians. Obviously they were put on a terrorist watch list as a country of ill repute with America a couple of years ago. Can I put it more charitably after
that
completely
means
uncharitable?
lots of things.
That means a whole lot of things. But they are now getting through into the country. Literally, there was a group last year. Al-Shabaab, which is a terrorist organization, that sent over 200 terrorists around the country. They came into the country through Mexico, through our southern border, and diffused around the country. And quite frankly, you've got to know what they're here for. You've got to know that they are here for a particular reason, that they're learning Spanish in order to fit in more in this country. We're living in the twilight zone now. You actually can get into the country more easily as a terrorist if you're speaking Spanish than if you're speaking English. What gives? On its face, it's crazy. But I guess, why do I need to fly into the country illegally when I can just hike it now? Joe?
Doors wide open. Come on in.
Yeah.
It makes you a racist to question it. It makes you an imperialist to try to stop it. It makes you stealing land from Mexico to try to protect it. There's doors open, everyone. Come on in. Habla español. And it's disgraceful that our country values our borders so little that we refuse to protect these lines. They are meaningful. They aren't imaginary. They have a meaning. And this story illustrates that they
Well,
are
and
meaningful.
and at the sake of being very, very dangerous here and being targeted on the program, Sharia law and jihadi Islamists, radical Islamists, often claim Sharia law for some of the legitimizing some of their efforts. And I have to think, if we do live in a multicultural society, if we do live in a society that promotes religious freedom at this point, is there any way that Sharia law can coexist? Based on my understanding of the way things are and my understanding of Sharia law, you are in a dhimmi status. You are in a minority status, a subjugated status under Sharia law if you are not a Quran-waving Muslim. And I mean, I am fine with being with you being a Muslim and you expressing your religious beliefs, so long as they do not infringe upon my right to my religious beliefs. Trying to kill me certainly fits that category. Joe, am I too far off?
No, your A is A. Look, there's some things are mutually exclusive, and America is the proof that we can have different beliefs and we can coexist, like that blasted bumper sticker tries to cram down your throat. But the truth is, we can do it. But there are some things that choose to say we will not coexist. There can be only one. And Sharia law, jihadi Muslim types of attitudes, they refuse to coexist, so that it will never work.
Yeah, Greg?
I mean, if you ask if Sharia law can coexist in the United States, then why don't we ask all the women in the country if they'd like to wear a lovely burqa veil combo? I heard their Victoria's Secret comes out with one that's really pretty, and especially in those spring colors of black.
I leave the room for Super Bowl ads next year. I just, there's really no reason anymore.
I mean, and the thing about the Somalis coming over, it's really, I guess I'm not that surprised, because last week there was a story that there's actually Mexican pirates terrorizing U.S. citizens. So they obviously learned it from the Somali pirates that are terrorizing the Gulf of Aden. So, yeah.
No, I mean, they're really, I'm sure they're just coming here to make a new life in the free world in America and do jobs Americans won't do, like blowing up Americans. That's one job that might come to mind. I mean, there are a few of us that might go, I'm a taker. But
or pirating.
We killed one of those guys with a missile strike a few weeks ago. So there's one lesson. Bottom line is we're living in the twilight zone now, and the fact that we will not secure our southern border, and all we think we're dealing with are drug cartels, is very disingenuous and dangerous at this point. But it's a multifaceted problem. There are a lot of threats, turns out, coming across our southern border. Have a great day. Be safe. We'll see you tomorrow on The Hub.
And they say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here